Well, hey, and welcome to this week's episode 22 of the Art of Living Happy podcast with me, Gina Haines. And today's podcast is all about value. What's your value? Well, where is your value? And I want to talk about where my value is and the moment everything changed for me. So, quick question. When was the last time you let yourself be proud of yourself? Without the resume, without the proof, without needing for someone else to tell you did a good job. I have achievements and awards, lots of them, and you can't see them, but they're sitting here. And look, I'm proud of them. Don't get me wrong. But do you know what I still catch myself doing? Listing them. Like I'm building a case. Like I need to prove I'm enough. And so I've been asking myself, well, where is my value? Is it in those achievements? Is it in those awards and what other people say about me? Or is it somewhere else entirely? Today I want to talk about where we think our value is and where it actually is, and the moment that everything changed for me. Because here's what I think we learn as children. How we learn is that we are valued for what we do. We're valued for our grades, our behaviour, our achievements. We're not valued for who we are, just existing, being ourselves. And this becomes the pattern I have to do to have value. And so the adult pattern then becomes proving yourself consistently or constantly, listing accomplishments like building a case, needing external validation, or living in other people's minds, or Gabor Mate would say, not living in myself. Now, the chains or the things that hold us back that this creates are the perfection chain. Yeah, I have to be perfect to have value. The should chain. I should do more, achieve more, be more. The people-pleasing chain. I need approval to know that I'm valuable. Yeah. Different clothes, but the same body. The wound replays trauma in different situations. Same pattern underneath. Now, recently for me, something shifted. I was at my parents' house, water blasting the parking area and driveway, and it was hard physical work. And when I'd finished, I looked at what I'd done and I thought, nice job, Gina, I'm proud of that. My first instinct was to ring my mum and let her know what a great job I'd done, right? Yep. And she would have then told me, that's great, Gina, well done. And she would have said that back. And then I caught myself. And I thought to myself, I don't need to let mum know that this is what I've done because I already know. I already know that I've done a really good job and I'm proud of myself. And for the first time in I don't know how long, I was truly self-satisfied from the inside. I felt enough. Yeah. And that's what loving yourself feels like. It's not relying on external validation, just you knowing you're enough and what you've done is enough. And that's an inside job. It's from the inside. It means claiming your wins, honouring your growth, letting yourself shine like a chandelier, even when water blasting. And it's a homecoming, okay? Because your value is actually not in your achievements and your awards and what others say about you and your resume and your proof. Actually, it's in your inherent worth, just for existing. And you beat the odds. You beat the odds to get here. 400 trillion to 1 odds. Now that's a significant amount of odds to beat. So that's not nothing or no thing. That's everything. Your value is from the inside. Self-satisfaction is not about external validation. It's knowing you're enough and not needing to be told. It's living in yourself, not in other people's minds. The gift underneath the wound. You were seeking external value to prove your inherent worth, but your inherent worth was already there. You just had to come home to it from the inside. Gabor Mate, who's someone I follow, he said, how can I be myself and express myself, not for impressing others and needing others to see me, but by myself, or I am not living in myself, I'm living in other people's minds. When you live in other people's minds, you need their validation. You list your achievements to prove yourself. You seek approval constantly and you never feel enough. When you live in yourself, you know your value from the inside. You're self-satisfied. You don't need external proof. You feel enough. And that's a shift from do they think I'm enough to I know I'm enough. External validation to internal satisfaction. Living in their minds to living in yourself. Proving your value, knowing your value. And that's about coming home to yourself as well. And recognizing your value. Yeah. So what I've noticed is the practical steps that help you get there are, first of all, if you notice when you're seeking external validation, when you're listing achievements or you're waiting for someone to say good job, like I caught myself, when you're needing approval before feeling proud, okay? Catch yourself like that water blasting moment. Wait and ask yourself, do I need to tell them or do I already know? This next thing is I want you to see if you can practice internal satisfaction. I'm proud of that. I did well. That's enough from your voice, not theirs. And another thing that I think is a really good way to take practical steps towards achieving this is to write yourself a love letter, okay? From you to you. To your younger self or your now self, whatever works for you. Tell yourself what you need to hear. I wrote a love letter to myself and it started with, to my darling heart, Gina, I love you wholeheartedly and unconditionally. And it ended with, you are enough and you are worthy. So remember, you beat the odds 400 trillion to 1. Your value is inherent. You don't have to prove it. You just have to come home to it. So ask yourself, where is your value? Remind yourself it's not in achievements. It's not in what others say. It's not on your resume or your proof. Your value is from the inside. You have value just for existing, just for being you right now as you are. You don't have to prove it. You don't have to earn it. You just have to know it. Like I did at that water blasting moment. Nice job, Gina. I'm proud of that. Not needing anyone else to tell me, just knowing. That's where your value is. That's loving yourself. And that's coming home. So my invitation to you is write yourself that love letter. Tell yourself what you need to hear. You are worthy, you are enough, and you deserve your own love. And then live from that place. Be true to who you are, do work that works for you, and love living your life from the inside, not seeking validation from the outside, but knowing your value. Because self-love is the elixir of life, and it's the heart of the heart of the heart. And your value, it's already there, it's already here. You just have to come home to it. So, that's it for this week. Big love. Mwah. The Art of Living Happy podcast, episode 22. It's in the bag. And I hope you have the best week. And think about what your value is and where's your value and what it is. And let me know. Love to hear from you. Love you to do all those podcasting things like subscribe and follow and like and all those other techie stuff things. But more than anything, the Art of Living Happy podcast is here for you to think about, to ponder on, food for thought, and bring you messages of self-love, authenticity, and happiness, which is what the Art of Living Happy is all about from my perspective. So be true to who you are, do work that works for you, and love living your life. That's it. See you next week.